Good evening, everybody. It's late, super late, 2:15 in the morning here Eastern Standard Time here in Canton, Ohio. So it's going to be a late one, probably a short one. But I did pick up some new things to taste, and so here's the first one. The first one is a beer. It is a black chocolate stout from Brooklyn Brewery. It's a limited release, they say. 12-ounce Imperial Stout, 10% alcohol per volume. Not too shabby for a stout. The cat behind me is desperately thinking he wants to get out of the house. He's a rescue cat, and he doesn't. It's cold outside. It's frigid. Very cold. But so yeah, let's get right into it. I'm gonna get my can opener with a bottle opener. I have a bottle opener separately somewhere else in the house, but not handy. So we're gonna just pop that with this. Let's give it a smell. Smells like a nice rich stout. Not smelling a lot of the chocolate, but that doesn't mean it's not in there. No fancy messages under the cap. Sometimes you get like those snapply things that are like say goofy things under the cap. Nothing from these guys. I don't have a story on them, but it says it's brewed by the Brooklyn Brewery, Brooklyn, New York, and Utica, New York. And that's all. So, there we go. We're going to pour it into my pint glass, my Goose Island pint glass. Oh, boy. Oh, spilled it. I thought I was going to be just shy. Spilled it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that head settle. No jokes, please. And I'm going to clean up the couch. See, this is why I like live video, because you see the accidents and all the other things that can happen, and it's not slick and edited and cool looking. But who knows? I might change that one of these days. So, I clean the beer off my couch, off my carpet. That one's for Mr. Robert Solomon and his tacos and his floor. Karmic retribution, he would say. Perhaps. All right, and here I'm back. And there's just a smidge left in the bottle. I think I poured too much, of course, but that's fine. Now that the head's settling down, try squeezing a little bit more in there. That was a bad pour, I'll admit that. I've been getting pretty good at pouring stouts with my Guinness and things. And I was a little cocky. It looks like I messed it up. Live video, right? Live video. So that head's a little strong. No jokes. No jokes. And that's the last of that. So one bottle will fit in a pint glass if you don't pour it badly, like me. Okay, let's see what we got. Nice dark color. Very nice dark stout. Ignore the Goose Island branding because it is not a Goose Island stout, of course. Still don't smell a lot of chocolate there, but smell can be deceptive, especially with beer. Now, despite the thickness of the head there, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can take a slurp off this. And I'm probably going to get it all over my beard here, but let's see how it goes. Mm, that's pleasant. That's pleasant. It doesn't have a super strong, super sweet chocolate taste. It's in there, but it is definitely more of like a dark chocolate, and there's a lot of stout flavor in there. It's definitely more of the stout, and not necessarily a lot of the chocolate taste. It doesn't exactly taste like a Guinness, but it's not bad. It's just not super, super, super flavorful and recognizable as a chocolate stout. Let's take another taste. See how it goes. It's not bad. It's not bad. It does taste a bit strong, but not so strong that it kind of knocks you over. Um, but bear in mind, it does have 10% alcohol per volume, so that's about 20 proof as far as that goes. So that's a bit high for a beer, which isn't bad. I'm sure after a couple of these, you'd be feeling pretty good, and you might find that when you stand up, you might wobble a little bit, but not bad. It's not going to get you drunk, obviously, with a couple of them, but it's not bad. I'm not, like I said, I'm not getting a lot of the direct chocolate. I'm definitely getting a lot of dark, like unsweetened chocolate, like um, like dark unsweetened chocolate, like cocoa. If you took like a little tiny spoonful of like dark chocolate cocoa from the cupboard that's like baking chocolate, and you had a little taste of it, not great on its own. With the stout flavor in there, it's not bad. I like it kind of that way. I like it more understated. I like less of a sweetness, but I understand if some people wouldn't. But I like it. I like it. I like that bitterness. I like that it's more true to form, like a dark, unsweetened chocolate. Pardon me, I still have cough. I've had a cough for the last week or two. It's no big virus or anything scary like that. It's just a cold. I get colds and like light coughs and sniffles and weather change. And it went from relatively warm to kind of cool outside to really, really friggin' cold, to use the phrase. Really cold. So it's like in the 20s, high 20s outside right now. That's in Fahrenheit. So some people watching from other parts of the world are like, whatever, went to negative whatever in Canada yesterday. But I don't live in Canada. I live in Ohio. So, not bad. Like I said, it's passable. Um, I think it might make a good black and tan with a good Irish whiskey, or even an American whiskey, like a single malt. Like maybe the quintessential from Cedar Ridge might work very well with this. Um, let's see, Westland, Westland, it might work very well for that as well. Um, Probably a few others. News wise, which I found to be pretty interesting. And since there's been a fly like buzzing around my house constantly lately, we can cover this up. Some big news as far as American single malts goes. Jack Daniels is going to be brewing or distilling, rather, distilling an American single malt to add to their lineup, which is very interesting because Jack Daniels is definitely it's an American whiskey, but it's like the Tennessee, Kentucky, Southern bourbon-esque kind of whiskey, where it's not exactly bourbon, but it's not exactly a single malt either. And it's very distinctive. It has a very distinctive flavor to it. And I'm super interested in how it's going to taste as an American single malt because there is a difference in taste. Off the top of my head, I can't give you some notes that are like definite, but it has a certain kind of depth to the flavor, a little bit of smokiness. It's almost like a scotch. It's very close to some scotches, not the bright, fresh, like Glenfiddich type scotches, and not like the peaty, highly scotches. But it definitely tastes like a scotch to me, and so I'm interested to see what Jack Daniels is going to make out of that. I'm super interested. Jack Daniels has never been one of my super favorites as far as they go. I like them, but they haven't been like super high. They've been maybe like just above entry level for me. So, but that's the big news. That's what I got. And you may notice also that the channel here has changed branding a little bit. The overall channel is expanding. So it used to be strictly just for, excuse me, just for the Uncanny Spirits Club. But now the Uncanny Spirits Club is part of a wider variety of things that I'm doing. And it's called Spider Does Things. Because I do things. Like I'm going to be doing my robots. I'm going to be doing the Uncanny Spirits Club. I might do some paranormal talk. I might do some music talk. I might do, if I can get this cough away, I might do medical talk. Who knows? But all that. I'm going to do a lot of different things. So you'll notice that the branding has changed, but I'm still going to be doing these same videos as a core part of it because this is what I started doing. So that being said, after this video, later in the week, possibly even sometime late next week, either before or after Thanksgiving, I haven't decided. I'm going to be doing the next tasting, which is probably going to be Mountain Dew, hard Mountain Dew. I don't know what exactly it's called. I saw the package and I picked it up with some reticence, as they say, with some kind of bad feeling in my gut. Like I don't think I'm gonna like the looks of this, but I picked up the new hard Mountain Dew. I kept thinking that it was like some kind of a seltzer, like a hard seltzer, like White Claw and stuff like that, just the Mountain Dew like branding on it. But it looks like the way that it's described on the package is described as Mountain Dew with alcohol in it. It doesn't say what kind of alcohol, which is probably a bad sign. And I don't know. I find usually a good Mountain Dew drink like that depends on what you add to it. Usually some kind of whiskey, Southern Comfort, or something to bring up the flavor of Mountain Dew. Otherwise, it's really the syrupy. Bleh. But I bought like I think it's a 12-pack cans. That's what they came in at my local grocery store. It was $17.99, and I thought, what the heck? I'll try it. It can't be any worse than some of the other things I've had on the channel, right? You say that now, says mysterious person. But I'm expecting it to be terrible. Actually, I'm expecting it to be like a Mountain Dew flavored White Claw, basically, and I hope it's not. But after that, I have another tasting. This for the Cheap Shot Challenge. It's under $20, and I'll be doing that sometime in the future after the Hard Mountain Dew. So we've got Brooklyn Brewery Black Chocolate Stout. We'll have Hard Mountain Dew, and then we'll have Cheap Shot Challenge in the coming weeks. So I got that all planned out, and I'm going to the store again on Sunday to try to beat the Thanksgiving rush, and maybe grab a bottle of something more like whiskey or something like that. Who knows? Depends on what I've got up there and what I have time for and what I have finances for. So that's what's going on. That being said, next week is Thanksgiving here in the United States. I hope everybody out there is going to have a good time. If you have family you're going to hang out with, enjoy that time with family. If you are driving out and about, definitely watch and drink responsibly, as we do here. Don't go drinking and driving and making a mess of yourself or somebody else. And if you are brave enough or foolhardy enough to go out on Black Friday, I don't think it's like it used to. Like stores are not like they used to be for Black Friday. When I was in retail, it's still like a nightmare. But it slowly started to slip and slip and slip and slip and slip. And now, unless you're in a place like Walmart or Best Buy or one of those big core stores, I don't think it's a big deal because now you've got Amazon doing Black Friday things. You've got all these other places doing early Black Friday specials on their websites for the same prices you're going to get that day as what's in the store. So it's not really necessary. I've never been a fan of Black Friday myself anyway. But if you are going to go out, be careful, be safe, don't fight. Your kid does not need that super expensive whatever it is more than anybody else's kid. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. If somebody gets like about it, just take a step back. Okay? Don't even worry about it. It's not. These days, people are like to do some violence. Like before, it's been fights and that kind of thing. But these days, there's people doing crazy things with tiny, tiny issues. Okay, so just be careful and walk away. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. So in the meantime, that's it for me. Once again, this was Brooklyn Brewery limited release black chocolate stout. Now, sometimes they put limited release, which is just a seasonal thing, means it'll be back every year. Sometimes they mean it's like a one-off, but it usually doesn't end up in the grocery store in large quantities if it's just a one-off. So it's probably just something that they make, and then they only put it out in limited amounts all the time. So when it sells out, it will be out for several months or weeks or whatever before you get it. So if you're going to try it, go out and try it now. And I believe this was $13.99 for a six-pack, which is not particularly cheap, but for a craft independent beer like this, it says on the side, Brewers Association Independent Craft, so it's a craft brewery. I'm sure they don't have the same resources, is what that word is, as someone like Budweiser or Anheuser-Busch, or which is probably Budweiser. Whatever. They're all the same company probably these days. But yeah, so that's probably why it's more expensive. But that's it. That's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Uncanny Spirits Club and possibly other videos for the channel in between. I have some plans for different things if I feel okay about it. We'll see how it goes. I still have things going on my Twitch channel, which you may be watching it right now from Twitch. I'm doing gaming and things, and I have a little like camera of myself in the corner now. This corner, or that corner. Camera mirrors. Somewhere you'll actually see me while I'm gaming. Not that you particularly want to. Are you excited? Don't answer that. But yeah. So I'll have Twitch gaming stuff coming up, and various other things possibly in the works. And very soon, once I can actually sit down and take time away from it, because I've had so many things go wrong lately. Like this past weekend was awful. I had the worst weekend in a long time, and I'm not going to get into the details. It was just bad for a variety of reasons. And that bled into Monday and Tuesday, and a fly just like went across there and I saw it. And you guys probably saw it. But I didn't get half the stuff that I wanted done finished as far as from a production standpoint. But this show and every show on this channel will soon have its own opening theme song, possibly end credits, who knows, just like we've been doing with this Uncanny Earth, which will be just a reminder that's going to be tomorrow on Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you tune in for that as well. Okay? Till next time, cheers.